Peace, brothers and sisters. Today I came in with a comedy. Honestly, honestly, it's really funny. It's really, really funny. It's funny. It is so funny because these things are all made up, all right? And then they're so confusing. And well, let's just go straight to the video. All right, all right. This is about having a second wife. About the wives. Obviously, you know the Sunnis are allowed four wives. Apparently, right? Because you have to watch all this video, right? Because I'm gonna finish it with a verse that's gonna kill all this. You see, you're listening all to this. You're listening all to this. That this is from Islam and God allowed it and all that. Yeah. And just listen to the verse I'm gonna give at the end of it. I'm not gonna watch the whole video. It's 1 hour and 15 minutes. So we're just gonna go through funny things, right? From funny things, and then we go to the Quran quickly. Just to give you a verse. You gotta listen to that verse.
And then the Ahlul Bayt take 1/5 of that.
Anyway, he's talking about.
Ahlul Bayt, he put her, the Jariyah, in the fifth that he wanted. So Buraydah was very angry because he wanted to be with that woman. Anyway, the point is that Buraydah went to the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ, he said he endorsed what Ali did. The point is, Fatima could never have known that he did that because it was far away from Fatima. Yeah. It was not in Medina. They were not in Medina. So you've got two things. The Prophet ﷺ endorsed it. Obviously, it could be argued that she wasn't a wife. Nevertheless, it's still a polygamous sexual relationship, and it was clear that he'd done a sexual relationship with her because this whole discussion about him.
Sexual.
The janaba and the ghusl and all these kind of things. Moreover, even the Prophet Muhammad himself. I mean, there's a verse in the Quran. إِذْ أَصَرَّ النَّبِيُّ إِلَى بَعْضِ أَزْوَاجِهِ حَدِيثًا. If no one thought about this verse, when the Prophet.
Oh, no one thought about that verse. No one, except you.
The secret from some of his wives. Some scholars, I'm not going to go into detail, but some scholars actually connect this with an incident with Maria the Copt and so on. And I'm not going to go into detail, but the idea of actually not telling your husband or your wife, to be fair, because the hadith in Sahih Muslim says لا يحل الكذب إلا في ثلاث, that lying is not allowed except for three things. One of them is hadith الرجل لامرأته, that when a man speaks to his wife, and in Sahih Muslim it says, and when a wife speaks to her husband.
White lies?
It doesn't have to be white. It can be a black lie.
What?
Sorry to say. I'm not.
Huh? Basically a lie, isn't it? A lie. So what he's saying, that hadith is allowing the lies to your wife, second wife, right? Second wife. So that he's saying that the Prophet is a liar. He lied to his wives, right? That's what he's saying.
The idea of white lies, it's a modern day thing that people say. In the classical works, there's no difference.
No, white guys exist. A white lie exists. Sometimes you have to say things because you don't want to hurt a person. That's a white lie. But to lie to your wife that you have another wife, that's I mean, come on here. You have a wife, and then you have another wife, and then you're not telling the first wife. Exactly, yeah? Why, though? Why'd you have to do all this? I don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't get it. The sisters are looking at him and trying to shoot him down, you know what I mean? Yeah, but the sisters are very sensible. Very, very sensible. I tell you what, and I'm telling you that, yeah? The Sunni women, right? I'm part of them. So I've got sisters, I've got cousins, are a lot more sensible than their men, honestly. At least they listen. They don't argue as much. Do you understand? They don't come up with you with rubbish. If they don't know, they tell you they don't know. They don't come to you with Ata Rasul, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Rasul, Ata Rasul, Wama Atiakum Bi, what happened. That's like drilling. I swear, when I hear this, yeah, it's like someone drilling a hole right into my head. Honestly, it's just so repetitive. It's so funny. Let's carry on now. So you can lie, yeah? You can just lie. You can hide it. Go on.
Differentiation there here in the kutub. Like, for example, that's not how people understood it. You can lie to your spouse. In this situation, so the issue of this is that.
So can they lie in the context of, for example, if one says, I sense that you've got a second wife, can he say, no, I don't?
Yes, you can. You can say that.
You can say that.
Yes.
I mean, Actually laughing at him, you know what I mean? He's funny. He does not know. He thinks he's so smart, he can twist the truth. That's how devious this guy is. He thinks he's like one of those people here you don't meet a lot. You don't see a lot in your life. Right? I met one person. He can tell you a story and you believe him, and then he can tell you a reverse story and you still believe him. You know what I mean? They have a way with words, right? They can convince you every way, and an art. That's an art. Not a lot of people have it. This guy thinks he has it, but he doesn't, though. And a lot of his followers thinks he's got it, but he hasn't. He really hasn't, right? To me, it sounds like he's like a 5-year-old talking, honestly.
لا يحل الكذب إلا في ثلاث. The Prophet said you can do it. Yes, I believe it's possible. Now,
So it's not me, is it? He brought the hadith, right? So it's not me. He actually said the Prophet told you can lie, mate. You can lie. You can lie to your wife. You can lie. So I don't really follow a prophet that lies, honestly. So I'm not gonna. Ateo Rasul, Ateo Allah, Ateo Rasul. I'm not gonna do it in here. You know what I'm saying? Because what kind of prophet lets you lie? I don't believe in that prophet. I believe my prophet is pure. He will not say anything like that. He will not even get involved in other people's marriages. It's not his speciality. It's not. He hasn't got a crown on his head saying he's a social worker, is he? He does not get involved. Everyone has the Quran and they know what's in the Quran and they use the Quran. Simple. You don't have to go to the prophet. Unless he's a friend or something, yeah, it's okay, but not everyone has to go to him. What is he, like a marriage counselor or something? All of a sudden he became like a he knows everything?
I said this is the abstract ruling.
Yeah.
But in implementation, okay, now because like I said, the hukum can take different rulings based on a personal side. If someone does this and they get caught, for example, or something happens, or
or she just asks him, where were you last night?
Simple. The sister's great. Simple. Just ask him, look, come on, man, there's an advert.
This written those days and
Sorry, bear with me, I'm not, I'm random. Let's go back.
So you are allowed to lie anything related to the relationship?
I believe it's not anything, because there are some things you can never lie about in Islam.
Yeah.
But
For example, you can never lie about the religion of Islam. You can never lie about something which relates to the rights of the person. You can never lie about something that relates.
isn't that, you just said that. You can never lie about the rights of a person. Your wife is a person, she has rights. Your wife is a person and she has right, and she has the right to know. You know what I mean? Yeah, what happened to hijab the Prophet, man? You're so funny.
Vested interest, like the children, for example. There's things you can never lie about, but I believe yes, you can.
Are you saying in the context of, for example, it's gonna ruin the family unit, so he's lying to protect his family?
Look, I'm saying to you, I don't recommend this. But we started off by saying that there's two things. There's one aspect which is
I tell you what, he knew. I saw his face. He knew everyone around him is not agreeing with him. So wait for the twist, yeah? Wait for the twist.
Yeah. And another aspect which is application. Jurisprudential, the man can do it. It's up to the man. No woman can take that right away from the man. It's impossible.
So let's say something is right, yeah? So that Islamically, any of us can get a secret second wife.
Absolutely.
Or any man for that
Not
matter.
secret. We can get Islamically. There is no problem in a man getting married to another woman in Islam without the first wife's knowledge. However, the question.
That's Islamically, all right? That's Islamically, by him saying Islamically. Well, I don't know what you call Islam, man. Even ISIS had their own Islam, isn't it? But in a real Islam, a true Islam, no, it's nothing like that at all. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
And there's no khilaf in this.
Yeah.
There's actually, I've not seen one solitary difference of opinion in any of the 14 generations of Islam. It's not there.
Which is?
Any scholar saying that no, a woman needs to know, she needs to tell her, doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, of course your scholars would not say that. Because they actually do that. It doesn't mean that these people, because they've done that, so I have to do it. You see what they do? They follow every human being is normal. Scholar. Just a person, innit? Alright? They follow these people. So these people lie. I lie. If these people lie to their wives because they're perverts, yeah? I do it the same. It's a pervert religion. It's a pervert ideology, honestly. Pervs.
Dad, do I recommend it? No, I don't recommend it in general.
No, we'll come to it. We'll come. Why do you recommend it? Okay, guys. After this show, if you see any of us dead, please come to our janazah. Please make dua for us and sadaqah jariyah.
Sorry, can I say one more thing?
Yes, please.
We're talking about the religion of Islam. Like, you know, Allah says, وَأَن تَقُولُ عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. I'm going to, with respect, I don't prostrate myself.
You know, like they cover, you know, the Sunni women. I mean, they cover their body, all of it, yeah, and they wear all like nice and that. And then you see Muhammad hijab showing his arm, and a woman opposite to him, she can't show her arm, so because she's. I don't know if you see an arm of a woman, what happens to a man, but it doesn't matter. But the point is, because she's what? Because that will turn a man on, her arm, yeah? So what you're saying, a woman's arm turns a man on, but you're saying the opposite is not correct. Do you know what I mean? So you can show your arms and wear jeans, tie, show all your crotch, right? Facing women that covered, why don't you just, you know, like cover yourself as well, so you don't have to see your tight legs and your tight pants? Why don't you just respect? You know what I mean? If do you believe in some sunnah and don't believe in the other sunnah? When you see them, you're gonna see them sitting there, right? Their trousers tight and facing women with their legs open.
Emotions of women or men or anyone else. I'm speaking about religion. This is a ruling. We cannot distort the rulings.
There's an ayah in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Prophet that, you know, are you going to make something which is haram for you, halal for you, haram, because of the fear of your wives? That's a very deep statement. That could be.
Your wife's
exactly. Yeah. So I believe brothers should fear Allah more than their wives. But having said that, you guys heard it. I mean, please tell me. I don't think. I think there's bil ijma, meaning there's consensus that none of you guys are okay with your husbands getting a second wife. Can I just quickly get that out of the way, Sister Swal?
Absolutely not.
You're not okay with it, yeah? Sister.
It's a no from me, and if you have anything to say it now.
You're finished.
Yeah.
Sister Amira.
Yeah, no.
No. Sister Tyra.
And I won't be happy with it.
Okay, she won't be happy with it. Okay, now listen.
It's not logic, is it? It's not logic. It's not rational. It's not human, is it? Really, it's just. If you're saying that it's part of your religion, yeah, it's part of Sunnism, but it's not part of Islam. It's not part of Islam at all. Nothing to do with it.
Now listen. Yeah, now listen to us, brothers. Yeah. Okay, starting from Dawood. Yeah. Would you say you are polygamous by nature?
Hey, we had this conversation before.
Can we have it on the mic, please?
And I disagree with it.
No, I'm just asking a simple question. Let's not go into the nitty-gritty. All I'm saying is...
I'm not going to say I'm polygamous by nature. I'll say that...
Bro. Can you answer the question again?
Yeah.
If your wife was totally okay with it, zero problems, you come back home and she's cooking a meal, bro, you just got married, would you get a second wife?
Yeah.
Okay? No, I'm going to miss the brother because we don't want to... No, okay, put it like this, yeah? We're just saying this within our nature, yeah?
Just be careful, Dad.
Just jokes aside, yeah? If you die, we loved you, yeah? It was for the cause, yeah? Okay, brothers. Okay, what I'm just saying is that, as a man, would you not say you're polygamous by nature? It doesn't mean you have to act upon it, but would you not say that every man is polygamous?
Basically, this second wife is nothing but sex. Exactly. Having a second wife is about sex. That's what the first thing they think about. It's not a wife, because obviously, why would you want to marry another person, right? Apart from your wife. I mean, if you don't like her, like sexually, just divorce her, mate. Just divorce her and go with another one, innit? You don't go and get married with another woman. How do you think that that's gonna make her feel? Do you know what I mean? At least you're honest. If you just ask for a divorce, you can't do it. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. But you can't believe that you're going to do that to your first wife, that she's okay with it. There's no woman okay with it. No woman. Because you're thinking not with your head, right? So you coming up with all justifications about doing it, and you're not supposed to. You're not, because a marriage is not about sex, right? If you're gonna get married for something that fades, or some about your then please don't, because everything fades, right? So you're looking for the right person, your pair, your pair that you're gonna find. You know what I'm saying? You agree with each other. If you're gonna, you agree with each other, about a lot of things. You look for your pair. You don't look for a body. You don't look for money. You don't get married for these things, because these things will fade. Beauty will fade. Physique will fade. Money can fade. And then what happens after that? So you're gonna get married. Obviously that relationship doesn't exist no more, because it's based on rubbish, basically, based on things that fade, not real things. Do you understand? Not friendships and nothing like that. That's what happens. So it's not just about you having your thing with a woman. It's not. Marriage is more than that. Imagine having two. Imagine having to deal with two women. It's just you can't do it. You really can't do it. And I'm gonna stop here, yeah, because I got to talk about real Islam now, true Islam, what he says now. All right, sisters, I've got good news. You know, I've got very good news. All right, you've got a book. All right, that book was sent to you. All right, the message. You've got a message here. All right, and that message was sent by the Creator, Allah. All right, and He actually sent you a verse. Few verses that you understand they have no right. Whatever you're talking about on this video here does not exist in the Quran at all. That's not at all. Nothing. Nothing about this having a wife, a second wife, and lying and all this evil, all this it's stupid. You know what I mean? All right. Surah An-Nisa. All the chapters I'm going to give you, all from the same verse, and it happens to be women. All right, the verse, women verse. He's talking to you, women. This is for you, women, so you know your rights. God gave you your rights. He's here, gave you your rights. But you're looking for your rights from someone else, yeah? God gave you your rights. All your rights are here. You don't have to talk to anyone else. You don't need to. Just listen, okay? Listen, all right? So I say it just in English or in Arabic? Let's just say in Arabic first, all right? I'm going to read it quickly. In the Quran, Arabic Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 1. Because, let me start from somewhere. Please. Because, look what they do. Look what they do. Their proof from the Quran. Their proof from the Quran is a verse from Surah An-Nisa, same verse. Yeah, just to see the devil, what the devil does. You know what I'm saying? Just see, just please, just listen. All right, just listen. When you say to them, give me a verse from the Quran, say you can marry 4 wives. They go straight to here. They go, فانكحوا, they start from here. فانكحوا ما طاب لكم من النساء مثنى وثلاث ورباع. This is their proof from the Quran. But is it? Is it really? Is it? Let's just see verse 1, verse 2, and then we come to this verse and see what the Quran is talking about. So if this you can marry 4 wives, 3 wives, 5 wives, whatever you can marry, right? This is not to the Muslims, right? This is not, sisters. This is not to the Muslims, believe it or not. This is not an Islamic thing, right? This is a social thing. This is a social thing. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with what they're talking about. It's nothing to do with sex at all. At all. It starts with Ya ayyuhan nas. It's not Ya ayyuhal mu'minun. Not with Ya ayyuhal muslimun. It starts with Ya ayyuhan nas. اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. This is verse 1. Verse 2. وآتوا اليتامى أموالهم ولا تتبدلوا الخبيث بالطيب ولا تأكلوا أموالهم إلى أموالكم إنه كان حوبا كبيرا. Verse 3. وإن خفتم ألا تقسطوا في اليتامى فانكحوا ما طاب لكم من النساء مثنى وثلاث ورباع فإن خفتم ألا تعدلوا فواحدة أو ما ملكت أيمانكم ذلك أدنى ألا تعولوا. Right. We stop here. We can carry on, but this is all we need. Right. So let's read it in English because I'm doing this for English speakers, not Arabic speakers. But I have to actually bring the verse, just in case these people accuse me of coming up with a verse from another Quran or something, because they always do that. All right. Oh people, you hear? Oh people, not believers or oh Muslims. No, oh people. This law is for everyone. This is a social thing. It's to do with social things, nothing to do with marriage. Oh people, observe your Lord, the one who created you from one spirit and created its pair from it, then spread them to be many men and women. You shall regard your Lord, by whom you swear, and regard to the parents. God is watching over you. So God is talking, oh people, to everyone, right? Right? How he created us and how we came in pairs and created man from us and women. So from everyone, he's talking to all of us here, yeah? And then he came to the advice, right? To the advice, social advice, okay? Verse 2, you shall hand over to the orphans their rightful properties. Do not substitute the bad for the good, and do not consume their properties by combining it with yours. This would be a gross injustice. So he's talking about the orphans here. The orphans, right? Do not take their money, right? Do not mix your money with their money, right? The whole, from the start to the last of this verse, talking about orphans, okay? Orphans. You shouldn't take their money. You should look after them and be just to them. Because if you do that, that's a gross injustice, all right? That's a gross injustice. And then after, we go to verse 3, right? If you fear the orphans get neglected, you may marry their mothers. You may marry 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, right? So why do you get how are you allowed to marry a 19-year-old and a single women and all this you're talking about and women from the gym and all that because he's socially disturbed, right? How? What is it about? It's saying if you fear the orphans get neglected, then you marry their mothers. You can marry 2, 3, 4. And then if you fear lest you become unfair, then you shall be content with just one, or with you already have. Additionally, you are thus more likely to avoid financial hardship. You see, now God's so if you can't, right? If you think you can't be fair, he's not talking to the fairness with women. No, he's talking to the fairness to the orphans. So if you fear you can't give them enough time, You can't look after them, right? You can't buy them what they need to buy, right? So if you can't give them, provide for them what they need, just like your kids, then just do it with one. And that one is just one woman with orphans, not your first wife. Or with you already have, so you already have a wife. But he didn't tell you to lie about it or lie to her, because this is not about sex. This is about looking after orphans. It's not about you having sex with the mothers at all. It's not your fantasies here. You fantasize about, I don't know, you sick. It's simply talking about, I don't know. This is when like a society has an orphan problem and they don't know how to look up. How to do it. Who's gonna watch them? Who's gonna do that? Who's gonna do anything? For any reason. Probably a war. A lot of men gonna die. And there's gonna be a lot of orphans. And then what happens? What do we do with them orphans? So God gave us an advice. It's part of the deen. It's not part of the deen. It's not compulsory. It's not like you can force your wife to do it, even if she doesn't agree to it. If your wife is doing it, she's probably just doing it for the orphans. It's all about doing good deeds here. Do you know what I'm saying? And God, He said advice to you, don't mess it up. Don't go and mix it up, right? And then you be like in financial hardship. So you have to be wise. And this is all about the orphans, nothing to do with your... So you guys think you can just go and get 4 single women, and one from Brazil, one from America, one from China, and one from, Arab country, and then that's it, yeah? Because you've got money, so you can do that. Yeah, because it's halal. This is halal. What you're doing is halal cheating, honestly. You're doing halal cheating, especially when you don't actually tell your wives about that. I mean, if a woman agrees, I ain't going to go in the middle. Do you know what I mean? If a man goes to his woman, right, can I marry another wife? And she goes, yeah, go ahead with it. Yeah, have fun. I don't see any woman doing it. But let's just say, have fun. And he goes and do it, I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to tell him haram or halal or anything like that. I'm not going to get involved. But God didn't say this verse here. God did not say anything about that. Because I know God in the Quran talks about man and woman, because that's fair. That's what is fair. One man, one woman is fair, right? It's fair. You can't be fair with 2 women. There's no way you can be fair. And that's not me who's saying that. Allah is saying that, all right? And I'll give you a verse from the same chapter. All right, this is for you. This is for you, for your benefit. This verse is for you, women, all right? Read it. Know your rights. Justice, in them 3 verses, God was talking about the orphans. Justice, if you can't be fair with them, this is about the orphans. Now, when God talks about women, if you can be fair with women, then listen to this verse from the same chapter 4, verse 1 to 9. وَلَن تَسْتَطِيعُوا أَن تَعْدِلُوا بَيْنَ النِّسَاءِ وَلَوْ حَرَصْتُمْ فَلَا تَمِيلُوا كُلَّ الْمَيْلِ فَتَذَرُوهَا كَالْمُعَلَّقَةِ وَإِن تُصْلِحُوا وَتَتَّقُوا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. Now, you never be equitable in dealing with more than one wife, right? No matter how hard you tried. Therefore, do not be so biased as to leave one of them hanging. Hanging, that means neither she's married or not. If you make amends and maintain righteousness, God is forever most merciful. You see what God is telling you? You can't be just. You can't be just. You can't be just with 2 women. God is telling you here, you can't. Even if you try hard. Even if you try hard, you can't be just. And God is asking you to be just all the time, not sometime. Not because you want to sleep with another woman. You have to be just. So if God is telling you here, you can't be just. You can't. Even if you try hard. He's giving you more advice, so don't lean, don't be biased, all right? But he knows, he's telling you, you will be biased. You will be biased because you can't do it. So having two women, it's not Islamic thing. It's a Sunni thing. It's a Sunni perverted thing. That's what it is. I want you to, my sisters, all right? This is for my sister to know your rights, man. Your rights are in the Quran. These people are lying to you. Even this, whatever khimar you got, you dressed up, you covered up, you're all right. But you don't have to have a scarf on your head. You really don't. You really don't. That scarf should be around your neck, covering your cleavage. That's all it is. That's what the scarf is. Should be. That's what God told you. اضربوا بخمارهن على جيوبهن. الجيب, it's not your head. And the khimar, it's not a flower that covers the head. The khimar is anything that covers. Anything that covers. This is in Arabic. Anything that covers. Piece of tissue, anything that covers. So when God said, بِخُمُورِهِنَّ عَلَى جُيُوبِهِنَّ, جُيُوبِهِنَّ, it's not your head. Juyubihinna is like a cleavage. Like anything that shows your upper body, cover it. Not your arms. God didn't say your arms, or your hands, or your face, especially not your head. And I'll come to that. I'll make a video about that. Get some vitamin D, get to your head, man. If a person with a beard gets excited about a man's hair, that's not that's not women's problem. That's that guy's problem. Needs to be see a doctor or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Because hair is hair. We have hair. You have hair. It's not something someone gets excited about or get aroused about unless he's sick. And these people are sick, and they want to cover this sickness by covering women because they can't handle themselves. They can't hold themselves. They're sick. This lot are sick. Having another wife and lie to your first wife, isn't that sickness? And the Prophet can lie. This is not a sickness. This is not a disease. This is not like a kufr. This is not shirk. This is everything that Allah said not to do. Everything. Using verses out of context to justify marrying for single wives and having fun and also sexual shit. We're not down here for sexual shit. We're here to be, there you go. To be righteous and maintain this righteousness. To be good to each other, just to each other. Having a second wife ain't just now. It's not just. I'm talking about sexually, yeah? Peace out.